What's going on, guys? X here, back at you for another Dokkan Battle video, and this is actually going to be my first video of 2023, so Happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully you guys had a good holiday season with Christmas and everything. But I actually want to talk about a pretty important thing that I was very disappointed with last year for 2022 with Dokkan, and one thing I really would like to see improved in this next upcoming year. One of the major changes they need to implement, going into 2023 for Dokkan, I feel like is banner quality. That's what we're going to talk about in this video because I feel like they did a terrible job with the releases of the quality of banner for last year. So coming off of the 7th anniversary was sort of like a soft reset in terms of shifting the meta in terms of power creep, where 90% of the game with the introduction of Red Zone became unrunnable. And it really affected the overall value of banners moving forward because of the featured character listings. Because of the fact that, as we would say, Red Zone exists, right? And it just really shifted the meta, I feel like, and it really hit these banners hard, I feel like. They need to make these banners a lot better in terms of quality, I feel like, because as you guys will see as we take a look at, I have all of the banners pulled up from last year's, and I'm actually gonna exclude like ticket banners and stuff, just because those are pretty much free summons at the end of the day, right? I'm more specifically targeting like big time celebration banners or Dokkan Fest, banners that require you to spend your stone that you've saved, right? So Ginyu was first released after the 7th anniversary. Obviously, the anniversary banners are the best banners always, every year, right? So we don't really need to go over those, but I feel like just for these sort of releases, these lesser hype characters, that they did too many of, I feel like, for last year, in Ginyu, Pan, those sort of characters, those are sort of the banners that I'm targeting in this video that I want to take a look at. You take a look at, we'll start off with Ginyu here. I mean, this banner is, let's just cut the bullshit. This banner sucks. Like, dude, this is terrible. Now, I will say, for a lesser hype character such as Ginyu or Pan or Yamcha, they don't need to ball out and make these banners like insane, right? I mean, already people don't care as much for these characters, so they're not going to get as many people to summon, right? But at the end of the day, they sort of make up for that by making these lesser hype characters the best characters in the game, which incentivizes summoning in its own way, right? So I guess for these lesser hype characters, it works in that fashion. But let's just sort of like move on because I don't think that banner was good. So next they released Raditz. Raditz, the worst unit ever, literally an anomaly. You can't make a unit worse than Raditz, I feel like. Especially for a 2021 or a 2022 release. The game has just moved so far from 2017, right? In terms of power creep difficulty, what units are capable of doing. Raditz just doesn't meet the standard for any category that he falls in. I feel like they fumbled the bag so hard with Raditz. It's like they didn't even try. I don't know what the hell were they thinking with Raditz. I don't know, but the fact they even released him, I don't know. I couldn't tell you guys, but overall, I think this banner again, not that good. I'm just gonna be honest. This is not a good banner. Again, you take a look at seventh year anniversary, and the way, the meta shifted in terms of power creep. A lot of these characters just fell off. Especially this Trunks right here. He just came out at a bad time, I feel like. But most of these characters, I mean, Kid Goku didn't have his EZA yet, right? He's still pretty solid now, right? And another thing, I guess, with these characters moving forward, you do have to take into consideration that they will EZA eventually, right? So, I guess, looking back, now, you could say, like, the banner quality is definitely improved with EZA value, right? But just during the time of release, I feel like they need to do a better job with the featured character listing for these big time, right? Now, I would certainly not consider Raditz a big time unit by any means, right? I feel like they released too many characters that just weren't hype for the year. Like I don't mind if they do it every now and then, right? Like Ginyu right after anniversary is a perfect time slot to release like a lesser hype character. I feel like that's fine. But you don't want to follow up back to back to back characters just that are just not popular, right? Like unhype. Like I'm good on all that, right? So then they released Cell. Now let's take a look at his banner. This Goku is very good. I would argue Janemba is actually still pretty valuable. He has aged. He is like almost 3 years old now. We all know about Tech Gohan. This guy with an easy again could be solid. But the rest of the banner just sucks. So this 18 and 16 terrible unit. So like this banner is like okay. It's not like as bad as like Guinea's banner or something, but again, you know, for this banner looking at it, I just feel like it could have been better. The point of Dokkan, it's a business first. You guys have to understand that, right? Like they want your money. They want to sell you the newest, hottest character. So if I'm a business exec, I'm thinking to myself, why would I not want to make the next upcoming banner with brand newest unit an insane banner? So people will summon, people will spend money, right? They don't make money by you running events. They make money by you summoning, by you spending all your stones, wanting more stones, going into the shop to buy more stones, right? And if you're just gonna release all these banners that suck, what is the incentive of summoning? There is none. Like, why would I want to summon all these banners that just suck? I'd rather just save my stones. Like, if I was smart, I would save my stones, right? I don't really understand. Like, I just feel like they did a really poor job with banner quality last year. So we get Goku and Gohan here. This Vegeta's like okay. Kid Buu is like he can be good, but right now he's dead. He doesn't have like a quality partner or team to really run on. Videl, obviously, we know how they treated her on her release, but she fell off, especially after the 70th anniversary. Icon actually had a lot of value because of Red Zone, right? His active skill. Buu sucks, Gohan sucks, Cell and Gohan literally they put on every single banner. But I mean, again, do I need to repeat myself? This is not a good banner. Um, so already we're like 0 for 4 in terms of banner quality. I'd feel like none of these banners are really that good. With ROF Blues, who unfortunately suck, they're not really good. We have the Tech Androids, who are actually very good. Actually, I think I forgot to pull up their banner. Oh well, but Super Vegeta, who sucks. This Frieza, who doesn't get any play. This banner is awful. Like, this is horrible. Are you serious? I mean, this is actually a pretty hype release. Like, a lot of the community wanted ROF Goku to be a Dokkan Fest, and they gave it to us. But on a terrible banner. Why would you summon on this banner? Hell no. This is horrible. Right? I will say, they definitely have improved, the banner units as well, which improves the quality of the banner overall, right? But again, back to back to back releases of banners that just suck. Like, they can't keep doing this, right? They have to make a change, I feel like. Already I don't like summoning in the game. Summoning is just not fun. It's so boring. It's so tedious. The fact that we can't skip summons is like really stupid because we're 8 years in the game now. I don't understand. It's actually just dumb. So then we had Tanabata. This this atrocity of a banner. I mean, I'm having like PTSD just looking at this banner. This banner is awful. Like again, why would you summon on this banner? Trunks and Goten, like, who are pretty much dependent on having like another like Krillin on the team or like their active skill to be viable, I guess. Like this Goku Black is like solid, but they could have made him better. He's a feature support, which is nice. Like, Tech Kill and Caulifla, who are very debatable. Gogeta, I feel like has fallen off. They just, I don't know. Caulifla again, she sucks. Kaoken Goku sucks. Like, and I'm not disvaluing these units because they don't have their EZAs yet. Remember, once they get their EZAs, the value of these banners will drastically go up over time, right? But on release, like this is terrible. Like, why would you summon on this? Like, dude, this is a big time. This is Tanabata. This is a big time celebration, and you release this quality of banner. You expect us to summon on this, dude? No, no. This is where they would make so much more money if they actually released a banner that was like worth summoning on. But instead, whoever that is behind these decisions they're clueless. I'm 100% convinced that they just don't get it. I don't know. I mean, it seems so easy to me. It's a free cash grab. I feel like at the end of the day, you drop the hottest, hypest unit, big time character, Vegeta Trunks, and you drop banner units that are good, that are runnable in the meta at the time, right? I don't understand. Like, it's mind boggling to me how bad all these banners are. Like, again, terrible. Pan, Ginyu return, which is cool. Trunks again. This banner is very similar to Ginyu's banner actually, right? Um, Again, GT Goku and Vegeta were very good units at the time. So like, this banner had value, but at the end of the day, again, not a particularly good banner. Ginyu was the best Dokkan Fest at the time, right? So I guess that enticed people to summon, but overall, just not a very good banner. I would feel like it's definitely not like the worst banner that they ever released, but they definitely could have made it better. So then we had Goku and Vegeta with Broly, who pretty much has fallen off now. I don't know last time. I don't even remember last time I ran this Broly, to be honest. He's still pretty good. Tech Gohan, anytime he returns, I feel like he steals the show of the banner. With his value. Is Tech Gohan better than Beast Gohan? I don't want to trigger people. I'm not. I'm gonna leave that unanswered for now. But again, Pycon with his active skill, definitely, the value for him went up. Bojack, who's like solid, Frieza again solid. This banner is like okay, I guess. This like Bardock when he easy A's, right? Easy A is such a big factor moving forward, right? And the fact that they're also going to be introducing like super easy A's, right? Where or they might like re-easy A old easy A's. So, we'll see how they handle that, but I'm definitely looking forward to that mechanic once that ever gets implemented into the game. Let's just quickly take a look at Vegeta's banner here. A lot of similar characters we've sort of already talked about, right? Again, like I just wish they'd make a lot of these banners better, right? So then we get into the introduction of the carnival mechanic. Easily one of the worst things they've done. The way they handle this whole system is just terrible, awful. 0 out of 10. Why would you implement a system that's not fully integrated into your game? The fact that you can't trade SSRs that you've pulled on these banners for green coins yet is actually just dumb. Like, why would you implement a system that's not fully functional into your game? Terrible, awful. Like, who they sat in a meeting and agreed to release this like the way it is? I don't understand. It's these guys are clueless. I'm convinced they just don't know what the hell they're doing. Terrible. So these carnival coins pretty much like replace yellow coin banners. Again, I didn't include yellow coin banners because we all know those banners suck, right? You shouldn't be summoning on yellow coin banners ever. The quality is shit, right? They've never released good yellow coin banners. Now carnival banners sort of replace yellow coin banners. You have more featured LRs, which is definitely an improvement, right? You can't argue that. But again, I don't know. I mean, it really just depends on the main leader that they're dropping, right? Because of the leader skill, right? Previous yellow coin LRs didn't have like new leader skills, whereas carnivals do, right? So that drastically changes a player's opinion on whether or not they want to summon, right? But looking at this banner, this is not a good banner. Let's just cut to the chase. This banner sucks. Again, how many of the banners that we've actually looked at have been good? I would probably say like maybe one, maybe. Like this is awful. Like Dokkan Fest Cooler, very good. Piccolo, who's a god, right? This Goku at the time was very good. This is actually a really good banner, I feel like. So we'll actually throw this into the mix of being a good banner. This Goku still is pretty good. Gohan with his active skill can be very useful. Namek Goku, who at the time was debatable, as people were debating him as like number one. People just fell in love with this unit. No way is he a top 10 unit, nor was he ever. I feel like he's sort of in like the top 25 to 30 mix right now. But you can't place him any higher, I feel like. Cooler with his ZZA is disgusting, right? I would say that this banner is actually really good, right? Much better than the Carnival banner. We had Dokkanfest Metal Cooler, or excuse me, Carnival Metal Cooler here. Sort of like Kyogen, or Goku's Carnival banner. I would not really say this banner is much better. This is pretty bad, honestly. This is just not what you want to be spending your stone on. Again, this was a big time celebration, right? And it was worldwide. Big time celebration, one of the most successful times. This is not a banner that I would say would cut it. This is terrible. Why would you summon on this banner, right? Um, it, this is sort of the equivalent of summoning on a yellow coin banner, except you just have more featured LRs. Just not a good decision to summon here. You're wasting your stones if you don't pull the main unit. You're gonna summon on this banner and you're gonna pull like this Vegeta, right? You're gonna pull this Piccolo who sucks. Actually, he's actually okay. He is a nuker, but like you're gonna pull this Metal Cooler who sucks, right? You know, I wouldn't consider. I mean, Janemba is insane. Vegeta, no. Nappa, no. Broly with his easy, it could be good, but right now, no. Like this is awful. This is terrible. Why would you summon on this? Like, dude, what are you doing? Right? Goku and Vegeta, who at the time definitely had flaws, but they could have been better. This banner unit sucks. Cell, who doesn't have any teams. Kid Buu doesn't have any teams. Frieza, who sucks. Like, if you're not stacking defense with him, no. UI Goku, who's still arguably very good, right? But he's just fallen off, right? Like, he's the best unit on a 6-man roster, and if he doesn't dodge, you die. That's pretty much the way it goes with UI Goku. So I'd argue that he's fallen off. LR Vegito can't defend at all in today's meta, so no. Boo, we've already looked at a lot of these characters, just repeats, right? Not a good banner. Again, why would you summon here? I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you make these banners enticing for people to summon? Right? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. This is one of the biggest fumbles of a banner. Path to Power Kid Goku. Look at how awful this banner. This is one of the worst banners they've ever released, ever. Right? Especially coming off the heels of the worldwide celebration. This was actually a very popular character. Like, people wanted this moment in Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle for like the longest time, right? Android 8 is spectacular, one of the best banner units. The return of Raditz, I guess, really is why people summon on this banner, I guess. But like Videl, no. Bojack, no. This is awful. This is, oh my god, how could you summon on this? Like, you guys get my point? Like, dude, I don't understand. Like, why would you summon on this banner? Like, dude, who at Toei or Shueisha or Akatsuki, whatever, like, who decides, who finalizes these decisions? I just don't understand. Like, dude, the point of the game is to make money. You do that by summoning, as I already mentioned. Why would you release these big time characters and put them on terrible banners and expect people to summon? Right? I just don't get it. I mean, maybe they're just relying on the fact that the game's been around for 8 years and they hit top grossing on the biggest characters. So maybe they don't. Maybe they feel like they don't have to make every banner the best banner ever, but make it better than this. Like, come on. Like, I just don't understand. It's beyond me. I couldn't tell you guys like why they fumbled these banners so hard. It's just it makes no sense at the end of the day. Like, I feel like they should just do a much better job. So then we have the Gamma's release. I wouldn't call this like a terrible banner. I mean, but this is definitely not. This is not a good banner. No, like, again, we've already talked about these two. We all know about Android 17, 18, and go on here. But like, the rest of this banner, this is terrible. Like, why would you summon for this? Like, no. Like, I'm like repeating myself now. Like, I just I don't understand. Like, this is terrible, right? Then Bardock release, Majin Vegeta. I would say like the value of Majin Vegeta definitely increased over time with the release of LR Vegeta and Trunks. This unit can definitely hold their own. I actually really like this unit now. But like Super Vegeta, Broly, like Bardock, like this is awful. This is terrible. Like, you're dumb if you summon on this banner. I'm sorry, but like, these are all just free skips. Like, dude, all of these banners that we're taking a look at, and I would argue pretty much all of them suck. Pretty much all of them suck. I don't. There's not a lot of value on really most of any of these banners, right? Like the ROF Blues came out, or they returned on Yamcha's banner here. Jirobi, I guess. Like, I feel like if you're summoning on these banners, you're really only summoning for the brand new character and maybe the banner unit, and that's really it. you know, if you get lucky and you pull some of these other characters, like sure, but like you're not going in this banner for Ginyu, right? You're gonna pull like this Goku 1,000 times, and you're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna pull this Trunks, who's not very good anymore, right? You're just gonna pull these characters that you're not looking for, and it's disappointing. Like it really is. I feel like they did a poor job over the last year of, you know, the quality of these banners, right? So this is actually the most recent banner that's out right now. You know, ending the year off with the superhero celebration in Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan. I can't call him Beast Gohan because, you know, we don't have Beast Gohan in the game yet. Unfortunately, they fucked up this character so bad. They fumbled the bag with this character and his banner. This is an atrocity of a banner. What the hell is this banner, dude? You have Trunks Goten, who suck, one of the worst banner units ever. Cell, who's like unrunnable again. Kid Buu, who's unrunnable. Janemba, who's like okay, like this unit sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. Like you're like solid, I guess, but like you're never using this character that often. This is atrocity, atrocious banner. Just I don't want get this banner out of my face. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at you. You disappoint me. Again, like dude, this is Beast Gohan. This is supposed to be like, you know, we waited 6 months for this. Literally, the movie came out in June, right? We anticipated that this would be the best character in the game, and he's barely a top 10 character. On let alone the fact that he has one of the worst banners ever on release for a big time celebration in New Year's, right? There's 4 main big time celebrations in Dokkan, right? Anniversary, New Year's, Worldwide, and Tanabata. Those are like the biggest times for Dokkan, where they should have the biggest, best banners. And I feel like outside of Anniversary, that's really the only banner that was successful, right? All the big time other celebration banners, they all sucked. I'm sorry, but they did. The value just wasn't there, I feel like, and they just did a poor job with the release of the quality here. It's not good. I mean, Piccolo's banner is much better than Gohan's by far. You have Pan, who's like really good. You know, again, Goku and Gohan who are solid. This Goku's pretty good. But like, you know, you have to compare this banner to like its counterpart, right? And you know, alongside this with Gohan, this banner is much better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of, you know, the banner release, the quality. You know, for me personally, I just think they did a really bad job over the last year. They should have made a lot of these big time characters, you know, their banners much better, I feel like. Because again, you know, at the end of the day, Dokkan is a business first. Like their intention is for you to summon, to spend your stones, to go into the shop, to buy more stones, to spend money, and that's how they profit. And by releasing these banners that suck, back to 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 back over and 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 over again, I don't understand why they keep releasing banners that suck. Like it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like it's just bad business decision, I feel like. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like making a fool of myself with this video. But I guess, you know, let me know what you guys think of you know, the quality of banners in terms of which they've released them in. But I guess we'll just sort of you know, end the video here. Those are sort of my thoughts on, you know, the last year in terms of all the banners that they've released since the 7th anniversary. 8th anniversary is next. I can't wait to see what comes out next. But for that, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.